GOP congressional candidate's campaign manager resigned abruptly this week. Stan Solomon was the campaign manager for Republican 7th District congressional candidate Marvin Scott. He resigned after reports about strong anti-gay rhetoric in a number of tweets on his Twitter account. In those posts, he equates being gay with being a pedophile, uses derogatory names in reference to gays, and at one point says gay stands for got AIDS yet. Here is Marvin Scott's initial reaction.
I don't know what he wrote, so I can't comment on it. I can simply say anything that's offensive, I apologize to that community, and I will see that it ceases and desist.
John Schwantes, what's most surprising about that story?
I'm not sure there's a lot surprising because it's a story that we've heard in one way, shape, or form, some variation of the theme before. We talked on the show, a month or two back, about some of the comments that staff members or volunteers had posted about people of the Muslim faith. And at that time, Marvin Scott said, well, I wasn't aware of it. It's something, suggesting that there are rogue elements at work in his campaign. I don't have that. Well, it seems to be the same theme over and over again. In fact, he's quoted at one point as saying this week, I think in front of the Star editorial board, as saying there are a lot of people with making loud and I'm paraphrasing here, obnoxious comments around me. Well, if you're the manager and if the notion in politics is that the buck stops with the person whose name is on the ballot, there's a problem. Yeah,
is this campaign misguided, mismanaged, or both?
I don't know about that one. I'm just going to say that in the past, we're talking about someone who's not just a random supporter. He was his campaign manager, and I think when you put your trust in someone
apparently a volunteer campaign manager, does that matter?
No, not if you have the title. It still says campaign manager before his name. But obviously that person's a reflection on you. So, he needs to at least maybe have a little more control of his campaign and the people who are out there on his behalf.
So this fellow resigned, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of separation there. The campaign issued an official press release that had no comment from Marvin Scott and allowed Stan Solomon to make statements attacking the media and the Carson campaign.
This is not a rogue campaign manager. This is the campaign, okay? It's nasty, it's bigoted, it is offensive on all kinds of levels. What's surprising to me about this is that he fired him. This is exactly what Marvin Scott's been doing every time he's run for office. Now, it's a little bit more public that he's been called out on it this time, but that's the only difference. So this isn't rogue, this is Marvin Scott.
Does he have the support of the Republican Party?
Look, I think he's out there in an island of his own right now, and rightfully so. Look, Stan Solomon did what he should have done, which was quit the campaign. And for Marvin Scott to act like he didn't know what was going on is laughable. It's really too bad that it's been this way from the beginning of this campaign. I think John's comments were exactly right, and it shouldn't be that way.
Will you vote for André Carson?
I probably won't vote in that district.
Does make some. Whoa. I wonder if some Republican voters may be second guessing their primary votes, because remember, he ran against somebody, Carlos May, who had worked hard, had I think done a lot of prep in the district, had worked the district hard, had some resources. But for whatever reason, perhaps it's a Hispanic-sounding name or whatever, whatever.
Probably just name recognition.
No, that's name recognition
all it is.
too. But some people may be wondering, gee, I'd like to have a mulligan on that one.
You think?